So if you're running LinkedIn ads, Meta ads, or even sending cold emails for your B2B landing page, you have exactly 2 to 3 seconds to convince a prospect, like a CEO of a company, to not hit the back button or that little X at the top to close out the window and bounce. So in 2026, attention spans are like at an all-time low. I don't need to tell you that, but AI has literally flooded the market, the internet, with fluffy, generic copywriting. People do not actually edit and apply any humane content. Like, they do not actually humanize the AI writing, and it becomes extremely cringy, and it turns off the prospect because people have become smart enough. It's been 4 years since the release of ChatGPT, and people have become smart enough to realize that this was written by AI and this was written by a human. So if your landing page is full of like dense paragraphs and clever marketing speak, you are literally burning your ad budget. Today I'm giving you 5 landing page copywriting rules. You can literally use this for any B2B landing page, not just SaaS startups. But you can literally write copy that is brutally concise, but also gives away all of the details necessary to book your demos, to book your calls with the prospect. So tip number 1 is literally the H1 outcome. H1 meaning your headlines. So your main headlines, literally all of the headlines on your landing page, must sell the outcome. It should not sell a feature or a mechanism or anything else except the outcome. Most founders are guilty of writing headlines like the next generation AI analytics platform that tells me what it just does not tell a prospect landing on your page from an ad as to exactly what you do. It doesn't tell you why the prospect should be caring about what you're selling. In 2026, buyers actually just want the solution to their problem, and they have to decide whether to trust you or not in like 2 to 3 seconds. So you have to grab their attention, and you have to do so in a way that actually conveys the outcome. So your headline needs to be the ultimate desired result. Instead of AI analytics platform, you have to write find and fix your revenue leaks in 30 seconds. You have to literally convey the outcome in the headline instead of the mechanism. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is the F pattern, scannability. So B2B buyers do not have time to read. They are scanning your landing page in the fastest way possible, and if that actually convinces them to give you their time, then they'll actually start reading in detail or even watch your VSL, your video sales letter. So you need to you need to explain your entire outcome in your entire product from top to bottom, left to right. So if you have a block of text longer than 3 lines or 2 or 3 lines, they will not read it. So you need to use what I call this aggressive formatting. Delete your paragraphs, use bullet points, bold the high impact words, bold, italicize, underline, use a different font, use a different color, so that people can actually scan, like you read that when they scan your page, and they'll read the bolded letters, bolded words, but they'll still understand what you're pitching, what your product is actually about. This is so short sentences and bullet points. The number 3 is kill the AI polish. This is basically editing after AI has written. Nobody should tell you in 2026 to actually not use AI to write copy, but you can use AI, but you have to edit it in a way that actually sounds human. So these are some of the banned words in 2026, like revolutionize, seamless, next gen. These are extremely AI slop words that we call it now. People are tired of seeing these words everywhere because most people do not edit AI written content. So if these words are actually there in your landing page, it will immediately turn off the prospect. So what you have to say is, like, instead of revolutionize your workflow, you have to say cut cut your reporting time, cut your workflow analysis in half, cut your backlog in half in 30 in I don't know, like 30 seconds or something. So you have to sell your product with an outcome that can be both time and money. You save time, you save manual labor for the prospect, you save money for them. That's you speaking like a 10-year-old can understand. So plain English will literally build trust. You have to not sound like an AI. And you have to use the AI to write, but you have to not sound like an AI. That's like the main distinguishing factor between people who actually convert leads on their landing pages and people who do not. Number 4 is specificity versus superlatives. Superlatives are like the best, the fastest, highly trusted, next gen, and so on. So those are empty claims. Those do not work in this era, and you have to replace all of those weird adjectives with a specific data point of the outcome that you're trying to sell. So do not say trusted by many companies, say trusted by 400 people, trusted by 412 businesses, trusted by 20 CEOs, and so on. So do not say our product saves a lot of money. You have to say something like save an average of X amount of dollars per year, per month. See this outcome in X, Y, Z months, and so on. So specificity is the ultimate form of authority right now. This is number 4. And number 5 is like the cost of inaction. So like the last point is basically about agitating the pain. Once your headline is actually attractive enough to hook your prospect and they do not bounce immediately, then your sub headline should actually comes into play, and it should not just explain your product, it should explain the cost of inaction. So what happens if they do not book a call, what happens if they do not start a trial or buy your product, for example. So you have to sell it in a way that doesn't sound like AI. AI will write, for example, stop wasting 15 hours a week. You have to write pain is a much you literally have to write stop doing X, start doing Y to get the Z outcome. You have to frame it like this so that even a prospect who is scanning your landing page can understand what you're offering. You have to not, bury the outcome in a list of features. For example, beautiful dashboards. If you're describing your dashboard, the flowcharts and dashboards that your product can actually help your prospect build in a paragraph, that's actually not costing you. That's actually costing you money from your ads, because those people are actually not reading it, or if they're reading it, they do not understand it in those 10 seconds, and they do not actually know what you're offering. So these were the 5 tips. You can apply them immediately. These are you can literally polish your AI, your landing page after creating it with AI or manually, and it will become way better with converting leads from cold outbound like ads and cold email. And the last tip that I want to tell you is count the number of buzzwords in your copy. Look at the length of your paragraphs. If you apply these 5 rules, your conversion rate will literally just jump this week itself. Try it out. Try it with a beta test. Apply one mechanism, one rule at a time, one tip at a time, and see if it works. And finally, if you want me and my team to come into your business and build your landing pages, your emails, your ads, all of that with the help of AI in less than a week, book a free strategy call from the first link in the description. We literally use AI to build your entire go-to-market strategy, and we do it in a way that actually separates you from your competitors. So you'll walk away with a full plan to do it yourself, or we can do it for you. Just book a call and we'll get started. Otherwise, subscribe, and I have a playlist full of videos in which I describe how you can use AI to actually convert more leads and build better funnels. So stay tuned, and bye for now.